Chris was born in 1969 on a crisp November morning, and he was a much-loved baby. When he was about 2 years old, we knew that there was something that wasn't right. He didn't like to be cuddled. He was very stiff and resistant to any affection. When he was around 12, 13 years of age, we knew that he was going to need something else other than being able to live on his own as an adult. About that time, friends of ours, Carla and Roy Varner, were also at the same place we were in looking for what their son Kenneth needed. And one fall afternoon, we met in our living room and just talked about our boys' futures and what they would need. And it was during that time that the ideas for what could be developed and what ultimately became Disability Resources were born. It was very poignant when we took Chris to live on North 9th. In fact, it was Father's Day, and Chris was 19 years old. Chris adjusted well, and it wasn't long before he felt like that North 9th was home. And when he came back to visit in our home, he still had his room, but he was ready to go back to DRI and felt like that was his home, and that's where he lived.
Jay was born January the 10th, 1975. Jim and I had been married 1.5 years when we became pregnant with Jay, and we weren't planning it. Actually, his disability came through the birthing process, and so it was kind of a while before we really realized that he had problems and to what extent they were. There were a lot of tears and a lot of joys, as there always are with special kids.
When Jay was 9 years old, we talked to Chris Cocker, and she told us of a place called DRI. And so we kind of put Jay on the list at that time and looking for the future. I guess it was about this past August, they called and said that they had an opening at the Kenwood House. And so, you know, we went and looked. Jay was out of school. He's 25 now. So we took him, and he stayed about 4 days, and then we went back on Friday and got him, and we took him home and took him to church on Sunday. And Sunday after lunch, he said, "Dad, I'm ready to go home." Well, I said, "Jay, you are home." And he said, "No." He was talking about the Kenwood House.
On his birthday this year, we took his house, all the people in his house, out for a pizza for his birthday. And Jim and I were just kind of sitting back, and Jimmy looked over at me and smiled, and I said, "What are you thinking?" He said, "Probably the same thing you're thinking." And I said, "Yeah, this is what we did all that for, to make him a happy adult." You know, and he said, "Yes, isn't this just great?" We really see DRI as answered prayer.
And you feel real fortunate when you do finally get a place at DRI and you can leave your children there and not worry about it.
DRI is the absolute epitome of what it means to serve. Patrick is 26, he's got cerebral palsy, he's in a wheelchair, so he needs some extra help. DRI provides a safe, happy, fun environment for the clients, the folks here. I honestly believe God brought us here. He loves the camaraderie, the people, the friends. He's got friends here that he just absolutely loves. It's so heartwarming. I just want to say thank you to all the people who have supported DRI through the years. Without their help, I'm not sure that Patrick would still be here.
About 7 years ago, we moved my mother and my brother Sam to Abilene from Amarillo. And knowing that somewhere in the distant future, Sam would need a place because of Mother's age. With DRI's help and assistance and encouragement, we've seen him really blossoming. He loves working here. He takes pride in it. He tells us every time he comes home what he has done that week and part of the manufacturing process, what he has done that specific day. It's just very exciting to see him expressively talking about things.
He feels so much a part of the family here already. Buzzy, is probably his favorite person out here, because Buzzy has an incredible way of making the folk feel very, very important. DRI is the proper setting for him, a place that he can live for the rest of his life and have good care, incredible friends, and a place to work.
Sam has friends now. And before he had not had friends. It's very special.
It's a family.
Our son Adam has Down syndrome, and we started thinking several years ago about where he would be able to live when the time came. And one of the neat things about DRI to me is that all of his suite mates met him at the door and were all happy to see him. And I thought, well, what a nice greeting.
It was on a Monday that he moved out here, and on Tuesday, we had told them that he was afraid of storms, and on Tuesday evening, a huge storm came through. And his house mother, Saroja, called me at 9:30 that evening and told me how he made it through the storm, what they did to help him make it through the storm. And I thought, you know, that's really caring about Adam, caring about us. It is a very gratifying situation for our whole family.
This is a place that works.
Jill and I have a son that is hearing impaired, and as he gets older, we recognize that there are special needs that we can't meet. And it's important to us that we have peace of mind. DRI is a solution in that they have the experience and the knowledge how to provide for the special needs that Will has that we're not going to be able to provide as we get older. And I know many families with developmentally disabled individuals have these same concerns. DRI is a solution that will give those families, they give Jill and I, the peace of mind to know that Will is being cared for.